Hey folks, this is John. It's getting down to the wire, so here's the update. I want to thank everybody who's provided support for this project, whether financial, emotional, or both. This ranges from my father, sisters, all of my family, to friends from my very oldest to my newest, to Wilson residents, and to the kindness of strangers. We never expected to get the full amount through this venue, but every bit counts and is critical. The initial portions will help cover legal and transaction fees for taking over the business. There's lots of room for more help at all levels. I'd love to hear from you personally and can provide more context and real numbers to those that are still on the fence. So for all you folks who are fans of fairness in general, great craft beer, successful local businesses, and good old David versus Goliath stories, we salute you and hope for more gracious support. I'll end with one of my grandfather's favorite toasts. Here's to us, who's like us, damn few.
Historic downtown Wilson's efforts to revitalize the tobacco warehouse district has centered on fundraising for the Wallace Simpson Whirligig Park. The NEA funded the park as a celebration of rural artistry, and 217 Brew Works, which has been nurtured in the shadow of the park, should celebrate the artistry of craft brewer John Cater. Our brewmaster has made a significant investment of time, know-how, and intellectual property to make the brewery a reality. John grew up in Gainesville, Georgia, a city much like Wilson, a southern county seat with an economy reliant on agriculture about an hour or so away from the state capital.
When John and I were I guess I was about 10, John was about 13, my mom told us the story of when she and her brother decided to make root beer as kids. They were trying to make root beer soda, but they hadn't done their research properly, and somehow along the process, they ended up making sarsaparilla beer. It was actually alcoholic. And as the story went, their rooster got into the sarsaparilla beer, got drunk, went to the local bridge, jumped up on the rail, crowed, and fell off into the river. John and I thought this was an amusing story, but this story woke something up in John. He went to the library and he wanted to figure out what had gone wrong for my mom, and he started learning about brewing, and he got very excited about it. He thought this is something we could do. So he came home, and, we had access to grapes. There's a Concord grape orchard where John worked near us, and we also had wild muscadines in our area. So we had the materials, and one day my mom came home and found John and I in the bathtub, barefoot, a la Lucille Ball, squishing grapes to make a batch of wine. And surprisingly, it turned out really good. And my mom decided to go along with this because she kind of figured it was like a science project, that, it was something that we could learn from. She had no idea at the time that this was going to become John's life passion, but it truly has, and you should try his stuff.